Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 356. My name is Dan, and I shall be your host once again. Cheers to you all. Before we start off, if you do like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit the little thumbs up button and a little bell. Whoa, shit. To be notified when I publish new content like this. A little too hard. I almost... Oh, whatever. Everything's okay. Yes, so today I will be doing another one of my revisiting forgotten bands. And today is Fiona. So, where to start off for this one here? So, she was born Fiona Eileen Flanagan, known professionally as Fiona. She's an American singer and actress, best known for the love interest in the 1987 Bob Dylan vehicle, Hearts of Fire, which is a musical. Never seen it. I didn't even know she was in this until I started researching this for this episode here. So I guess I'll have to go and check this out. Now, how I found out, so this girl's career is a lot of hits and misses, a lot more misses, and I'll tell you why. This is just my opinion, guys. I just found her look and discography and image very confusing. More on that in a few. But how I found out about Fiona. So, according to Wikipedia, she's better known for doing that musical with Bob Dylan, Hearts of Fire. But for us hair metal guys, she was the one. There was that video that kept playing was Everything You Do, Your Sex and Me, with a duet with Kip Winger. And that was the first time I heard, because I remember all my friends knew that I loved Winger. And then they said, oh yeah, Dan, we'll watch this. And I was like, at the time, it was a big butt of the jokes. I would say the song aged not, I mean, it aged better than I thought it would have. Let me put it that way, okay? So yeah, that was maybe well, anyway, that was the big thing at the time there. I don't know, I'm just re-looking at that video. I was like, at the time we were all cringing. It was just like, I was like, ooh, okay, I don't want that. But when I started collecting vinyl, I'm like, one of the first albums I got was actually her Heart Like a Gun, because I didn't have that song, Everything You Do, Your Sex and Me, with Winger. So I wanted that. But I'm gonna, you know what, I'm not gonna show you this now. We'll go through each album one by one, and I'll show you what I mean by nobody knew this was hard rock, like the way the albums looked. If you see, so anyway, we'll go look at, let's say, album number one, which came out in 1985. Okay. So this is her self-titled album here, just called Fiona. Now you look, okay, this does not scream hard rock. This does a little bit. But you know what this reminds me of? Amy Grant, this album right here. Like, it's kind of like the same thing. You look at this and you hear pop star, right? I think there was a hit. Talk to Me was, I think, the only, I'm not even sure if there's videos for this here. But yeah, there was the single was Talk to Me for that there, not the Kiss cover there. But anyway, yeah. So this reminds me of the Amy Grant, and like I said, there's more examples here. This is Fiona. Also, this year in 1985, she guest starred on. She does a lot of guest work, I noticed, on other people's albums, like Aldo Nova's Twitch. She was also, and when I said at the beginning, she was known as a singer and actress. She also starred in Miami Vice in 1986 for the episode Little Miss Dangerous, second season. So now I have a Miami Vice episode to watch. I'm curious. And I mean, it wasn't rare for rockers to go on Miami Vice. I mean, Gene Simmons did it. Frank Zappa did it. Now apparently Fiona was there too. Again, I didn't know all this stuff until I started researching for this. But anyway, decent album. But again, this doesn't, like, if I had seen this right beside, let's say, okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, this was 1985. So you have this and you have Asylum by Kiss. Yeah, well, okay, bad example there, but Get Kiss there. I'm trying to think what else came out in 1985. Anyway, anything else but this, I would have chosen the anything else because this was not, um, does not scream hard rock at all. It screams pop, okay? And, I mean, I do love the side boob, but that's about it. um, yeah, again, wow. Okay, anyway, but that's not the worst one here. So, that was 1985. Now, 1986, she comes out with Beyond the Pale. Not pale as in what you vomit in, but, well, maybe you'll want, I don't know. So, this was, and what album does this remind me of? Well, this Tiffany album right here, I was just like, oh my God. Like anything, these are all like, I'm not going to say copies or tributes, but you look at this look and like, this does not scream hard rock. It's, I mean, you know what? She is pretty friggin' cute. I'll say that there. It didn't really, I never did find her that cute, but I don't know. But yeah, she came out with this. This actually stars Reb Beach on guitar. So there's Kip Winger on, well, later on there, but Reb Beach was actually playing guitar. Again, Reb Beach from Winger, playing guitar on this. Then at the same time, well, sorry, a year later is when she did the Hearts of Fire musical. Now, I think it's a movie that was a musical, not a play on Broadway. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm really not sure there. Nor do I need to be corrected because I really don't care. But I will. I do know. I see the cover. I know how it looks like. Okay. But anyway, yeah, she did the Hearts of Fire. She was in the musical Hearts of Fire musical. Also sings the film's title track, which appears in the film's soundtrack, along with 4 previously unreleased songs by Fiona. Now I'm like, oh my God, do I get, like, I don't like her enough. I know my rule of try to get everything that artists do, but I never listen to these. Well, the first 2 anyway. There, still, it's good music. There's, I would say, hard rock, verging on hard rock. Okay, but yeah, I'm sorry, this does not scream hard rock. This was in 1986. What came out at that time? Crazy Nights was not 80. No, that was a little bit later on. Anyway, I forget that. I used to be so good with the years, but anyway, again, not bad record, but I'm just looking at these first 2 album covers and I'm like, okay, interesting. But anyway, that was album number 2. Now, album number 3. Just noticing how crumpled up my Beatles The White Album tour shirt is on camera. I should have ironed it. I haven't ironed anything in years. That's not true. Decades. All right. Next up. So this is the first one I got of Fiona just because I wanted to duet with Kip Winger. So it's Heart Like a Gun. And there she is right there, looking more rock. I don't even have a comparison picture to show you here. But Heart Like a Gun, and this is the back right here, stomping on the ground. I guess it's a promotional copy I have. This actually rocks pretty good. Like, I did enjoy, like, I bought it simply because I wanted the Everything You Do, You're Sexing Me duet with Kip Winger. And this is actually not too effing bad. I was surprised at how hard rock this was here. I think there was Where the Cowboys Go was actually pretty good too. Draw the Line. I mean, this is the one I did listen to the most. Like I said, I hardly ever listen to her. This is I'm just getting them for the Bow Hill, Red Beach, Winger thing. But you know what? I mean, it's got its charm. This one, if ever I would recommend you a Fiona album, this would be this one, and maybe the fourth one that we'll check later on here. But then after, I was like, you know what? The song, the Kip Winger song, is actually not too bad. I find it actually aged not great. Okay, let's call a spade here. It did not. It's not as time stamped from the 80s as I thought it would have been, if that makes any sense there. I don't love the song. I'm still a little cheesy there, but I'm glad I have this album here. I'm sort of glad I have all the rest, but yeah, this one was actually not too bad. I did enjoy this one again here. I was surprised at how rock this was when you compare it to those first two album like covers, and that's what I mean. Like back then, it wasn't. I mean, especially when this came out, I never saw the album cover. I only saw the video, and it wasn't cool to actually like that video. Everybody's like, oh, Fiona. That was like, I'm not gonna say a butt of jokes there. I mean, so was Winger also at the time. Let's be fair here. He wasn't. He was the butt of a lot of jokes too there, but yeah, everybody was like, yeah, everybody knew who that You're Sexing Me, whether they liked it or not. They knew what it was. Okay, but yeah, I'll say this. This is actually not a bad album. I do enjoy it a lot. So easily her best, more focused one here. So Heart Like a Gun, Everything You Do with Kip Winger. She also, so after this, she also did some background vocals for Warrant on Cherry Pie, the album. So that's what I meant by earlier. She did a lot of guest stuff on people's albums. And the last, there she has two more albums, but I only own one, so I'll show you the last one, which is Fiona Squeeze. Now, this actually this is Jimmy DeGrasso. Yeah, that Jimmy DeGrasso from Megadeth and Alice Cooper, and I forget what else he's done. Mama's Boys at one time. I was actually rewatching a Mama's Boys episode I did, and I'm like, they said that Jimmy DeGrasso did some replace a drummer. I'm like, oh shit, I need to do that Fiona episode. So here I am. But probably the heavy, and I'm not. That's not saying much, but probably the heaviest of her four albums. Again, not by much from that third one. Probably my second favorite of hers there. But yeah, here's two guys and two girls naked. Yeah, this one. I think inside is where you see the band. There you go. This one looks a bit more like hard rock. You know what this reminds me of? It wasn't an album, but it was a song. Oh, what the hell was her? Was she? She was married to Johnny Depp. Vanessa Paradis. There was a video with a whole bunch of black and white people. Sorry, that was said wrong. It was a bunch of people naked. It was in black and white, like this album cover. That's what I mean there. And there was also Mitsu Dis-moi, Dis-moi, which was also a French Quebec song. What the hell was that Vanessa Paradis song? I mean, I'll go look it up after. If you want to put it in the comments, sure, go ahead there. it was not Jolie Taxi, let me put it that way. That wasn't that song there, but there was a video in black and white. Anyway, it just reminds me of that. And even the Mitsu one was, there was some black and white footage, the color of the video obviously there, and it was almost like just a bunch of nude people just like dancing and just squeezing right beside one another. Anyway, good album. I still prefer the third one, but whatever. It's, again, would I have bought this had I seen this beside? And this was 1992. So what came out? Let's say Revenge at the same time. I mean, you put this right beside Revenge, you're like, this screams pop, not hard rock. Even, and then you don't really recognize Jimmy DeGrasso right there, but anyway, that was the fourth album. And the fifth one, I do not own it because it does not exist on vinyl. Sorry, it does not exist on vinyl, only CD and digital. I think digital, so I'm not gonna get it. I'll get it if it ever comes out on vinyl, but this is actually from 2011, so she almost 20 years out of the biz. Like, I don't know why she left the business there. Lack of success, I don't know there. I don't know anybody who owned any Fiona here in our circle of friends, much less, I don't think she's ever toured here. Like, it wasn't a household name at all there. But anyway, yeah, there's a picture of her album Unbroken in 2011. Later on, well, not later on, before that, at the time of her success, she was married to record producer Beau Hill, who actually produced the second album. So that was Beyond the Pale and Hearts of Fire. Sorry, not Hearts of Fire. Beyond the Pale and Heart Like a Gun. He produced those two albums. So she was married to him, who produced, played some instruments, and sang backing vocals on some of her studio albums. Now, I didn't even know about Unbroken until I started buying her albums. I'm like, okay, well, this one I can't find it. But after this Unbroken album, let's say it made a minor splash, nothing from her at all until I saw during the pandemic, Winger had released a video of Better Days Coming All Stars. So it was their song and video that came off of Better Days Coming, or Coming, whatever. And they redid it. And they asked people, do you want to send out again? I'm still kicking myself for not participating in that. But whatever, it is what it is. I should have. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of fans and known singers actually sent in their footage, and Fiona is in there. Someone actually I had to be told it was her, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, it is her. Like, it just had been a while since when you don't see anybody, I guess they change or they grow older, like everybody grows old. But when you don't follow somebody for like the longest time, you're like, oh shit, like I hadn't recognized her. And she still looks great, like in the video there. She just looks like an older woman there. That's about it. Like, she kind of looks like she's in her 40s. But she is, and what year was she born? I think in 61? Yeah, 1961. So she doesn't even look like she was 60 in this video. So you could see her. She's in the all-star video of Winger, Better Days Coming. So that is basically all I know or sharing with you regarding Fiona. If ever, I would actually recommend two albums. I mean, If you want them all, it's a quick little collection on vinyl. 4 albums on vinyl. They're not very expensive either to find. Um, and if you're into CDs, well, I'm sure all. Oh, there are reissues of CDs, and which one? Oh my God, which one? I know the first one. Yeah, there was a 2014 remaster. Um, does it say where? No, it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, they were remastered in 2014. But I would say that these two right here, Heart Like a Gun and Squeeze, would be the better one. This one edging out a little bit here just because of. I mean, it's got better memories attached to it. There, I know it more. I've had it a longer time than the other three there. But I mean, it is what it is. They're like I used to laugh at a lot of stuff, but when I was in high school, she was one of them. I'm not really laughing now. I mean, we were all dumb teenagers and laughing at this and that. I actually had a conversation with one of my two buddies about being made fun of. And I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying it just is as a side story there. And then I made my peace with her, and I was like, you know what, the music's good. The album covers, that's another story. It just does not scream hard rock at all. Like that third album, sure, but those first two there, it's like holy shit. What are you trying to? Who are you trying to be? That's basically, mind you, I bet you record company execs had a lot to do with that look there, not her there, but who knows, right? Anyway, let me know in the comments, guys. Do you actually know her? Do you laugh at her still? Do you not laugh at her still? Do you find her great? Do you find her not great? Whatever. Just let's get the conversation going. And would actually be in. Does anybody out there have Unbroken from 2011? That is the big question. I would actually love to meet the guy or girl who has that 2011 album Unbroken, and how is it? Okay, so on that note, thank you guys for watching, and we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye bye.